Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. It's been a while. If you are new to my channel, I do motherhood and lifestyle videos. So today we're going to focus mostly on my baby. I just had a baby, Elijah. He's 6 weeks old currently, so I'm just going to be sharing the first few weeks of having the baby, some of the things that I had to remind myself of. It's been, my little one here is 4 years old, so it's been a while since I had a baby. So I thought some of these things that I've come up with can be helpful to others, can be helpful for you if you're carrying your baby for the first time or second time around and there's a big gap, or whoever, anyone who's a mom. And if you just had a baby, congratulations, and if you're about to, congratulations to you too. So anyway, first of all, I haven't done a name reveal, so I might as well tell you what the baby is. So I had a boy first, because I didn't tell you what I was going to have. I had a baby boy. Unless you're on my Instagram and my Facebook, you would have known that it's a boy called Elijah. So we have a baby boy called Elijah, and then he's very cute. I was just like cuddling him, and Olivia-Grace is excited to have a baby brother. She's constantly wanting to help, and she's my little helper, so grateful for that. Thank you, my little baby. So let's jump right into the video. So I'm going to offer a few ways that you can care for the baby, maybe 5 ways, or 5 tips, or 5 hacks. I don't know if they're hacks, I think most of you already know what these things are, but nevertheless, I'll just go over them. They can be a refresher or a reminder for all of you guys. So number one thing that we all want when we have a baby is sleep. One of those very important topics, because we seek after it. In order to care for our kids, we should be well rested as well, and the baby should be rested. If you're not sleeping, you won't be able to take care of your baby as well. So I know some moms put their babies in a routine from the time they're born, but I didn't like a strict routine. But what I like to do before I do that, I like to just enjoy the baby and just wake up, be there, be present. But in the meantime, it doesn't mean that I don't do anything to help the baby sleep. I still help the baby sleep by letting them self-settle, and I also study their sleep cycle. They already have a routine. It's not your routine, it's the baby's routine, unfortunately. So what I do is that I just write down the times they naturally fall asleep. So I have like I have a little diary where I wake and sleep times, and then over 2 weeks I find a pattern. If the baby likes to wake up between 6 and 7 o'clock, I'll make sure that if I put them in a routine, I wake up at 7 or 6, so that it falls in that area where it's natural and not really forced, like I'm following the baby's routine. And then if they fall asleep at 10 or 11, then I'll make sure that I'll put them down at that time. So that routine is that's how I establish a routine. I know there are many things out there that can help you, many like books and stuff like that, so you can look into that. But it's important that you have a routine, even if it means that waking up at the same time every day for both you and baby will help you, because each day will be so different that you won't know where the time is going. So I recommend that. And one of the things I would want to talk about under sleep is when the baby is sleeping, make sure that you're also sleeping as well. You're napping, so that you can look after the baby and you can energize and you can have more milk as well. Sleep is important for milk production. Another thing I would like to say under sleep is like babies like to be swaddled. I've heard a lot of moms that say, oh, my baby doesn't like being swaddled because it fights it. That's how they are in the womb. They're like fighting, kickboxing, or not kicking, they're like boxing, But it doesn't mean they're fighting it. The womb is quite tight, and I think that's what they like, that stretching and all that. So don't be alarmed when your baby is doing that. Just swaddle them, they'll sleep. I think they sleep better anyway with the swaddling. The next thing I want to talk about is soothing. There are times when baby will just be crying. They have that hour either in the afternoon or before sleep. There's that hour where they're really crying and you're wondering, what am I going to do? You also feel like crying. One of the few things that you can do is bouncing the baby up and down. I think they like that. I quite like that as well, like bounce. You can exercise as well. It's like you're exercising. You can turn it into exercise. So bouncing, and they also like the little bottoms being tapped, like you tapping the bottom, pop. They like that a lot, so you can do that. And what I think they also like being swayed from side to side. That soothes the baby. My babies, at least. I know that every baby is different, so maybe some of these things will work for you and others will not work. And And I know some moms out there like to use a pacifier. If you want to use a pacifier for the baby, some babies really like to suck, go for it. It's okay to use a pacifier. But I know some books and some things say pacifiers are difficult if you want your baby to sleep well. But if you're up and about and they're awake and you want them to use a pacifier because they're unsettled, I think that's okay. I didn't. My two didn't like pacifier. Olivia-Grace didn't like a pacifier. She used to spit it up. And for Elijah, I used it for the first few weeks and I found it very helpful. But now he no longer needs it. He doesn't like it. So I said, okay, then I won't force it on you.
That was great.
The next thing I wanted to talk about is hygiene. Baby comes from the hospital, they usually have an umbilical cord tied around this. You need to clean it. So how I usually clean mine is with some salty water and a cotton bud. Just tap, tap, tap. They also have like some cradle cup. Don't get a brush and scrape it off. That's very dangerous. You need to be gentle. So just get some coconut oil and put on the cradle cup and to come off. Okay, I'm going to talk about is nappy changes. When you're wiping the nappies, if it's a girl, make sure that you're wiping from front to back. Don't get any bacteria into the private parts that cause a urinary tract infection. First bath. Elijah had his first bath and his dad and I did it together and it's lovely. And but I have to warn you, they jerk a lot. They're like constantly moving their little arms and reflexes and all that. So if you're holding the baby like I was, you have to hold the baby in a football position like this. Like this football, But make sure that you hold them nice and firmly and enjoy that bath. Do not scrub the baby like you're scrubbing yourself. Be very gentle. Their skin is very sensitive. I'm also going to talk about clothing. Baby clothing is very, very important. You want to make sure that the baby is comfortable. Usually babies are crying because they want to have some food, they want to sleep, and they are uncomfortable. I love zippy onesies, the ones with the zip, 2 zips actually, so that if I'm changing the baby at night, they don't get cold on top. I don't have to unzip them on top, and they're just so easy. Imagine trying to put those buttons back on at night when the baby wakes up. It takes a long time, and I'm not a fan of those ones. So I would like to make sure that the clothes that the babies have are nice and comfortable, and 100% cotton is usually good and breathable on their skin. Avoid things like nylon and all those things. They make the baby's skin too hot, so you don't want that, okay? And don't worry about fancy outfits. I think babies just want to be comfortable the first 3 months, and they're usually swaddled anyway, so nobody can see those fancy outfits and shoes. Another thing is like sometimes your baby might be crying and spitting up a lot. It's because they have reflux. Usually they don't really need medication for that. It's just a developmental thing and a dietary thing I found, and dairy has been one of those things that causes my baby to have reflux. I don't know about you guys, other people it's onion, it's just different types of things, and they grow out of that phase. So but if they have severe reflux, I'm not saying that you should just stay at home with them. Do what your instincts tell you as a mom. I'm not a professional, I'm just sharing things that work for me, and I'm hoping that they can help someone. And I wanted to talk about is car seats. Car seats, make sure that you install your car seats in your car. If it's your first time, it can be daunting. You're like, I don't even know what to do. As time goes by, you'll get better at it. Since I wanted to say, most people use car seats, they have the travel set, so that when they get out of the car, if the baby is still sleeping, they leave that baby in there. Be very careful with that, because in the car, they're in a certain position. When you take them in the house, it's not really the same as in the car as well. In the car, it's for a short time. It's dangerous. For the child, using a pram car seat as a sleeping spot is not really necessary. I prefer wearing my babies. For me, anyway, it works for me. For you, a pram might work, and a travel seat thing might work for you. But for me, if my little 4-year-old can walk, so I don't really need it. And when I'm away, when the baby is very little, the first few months, I just like the baby to be on me, and they feel safe and secure. So I enjoy baby wrapping my babies. Actually, I even have a video on how to wrap the African way. I did that when I had my little girl more years ago. Yes, that sounds like a long time, yes. But for that one, you use it when they're 3 months, when they're able to hold their necks up by themselves. At the moment, my little baby boy is not able to do that, so my Mobi wrap, which I enjoy, or the Chico one, any of those. And I think I'll do a tutorial on how to do that, to have them on, and my tips on how, because when people look at the cloth, it seems very daunting, but it's very easy. Our thing I want to talk about is breastfeeding. Most new moms are scared because there's a lot of breastfeeding videos that tell you how breastfeeding is so hard and so difficult. Like every person's situation or every person's circumstances and experience are different. So go about breastfeeding positively. Think about it as something that you really want to do, and don't have those presuppositions that it's going to hurt, it's going to be very difficult. You never know what's going to happen. For me, when I first get to my little girl Olivia-Grace, they put her on my chest and it was amazing. She just slid down and found my breast and latched on really well, and it was painless from the start. I'm not saying that that's going to be your experience with Elijah, because my milk didn't come in early enough, because I had a blood transfusion and I had third-degree tear and all those things, complication. My body wasn't doing what it was supposed to do on time. It was sucking, but it was sort of painful. Think about those women that don't have a positive experience with breastfeeding, and I can empathize right now and sympathize. Because of that, I felt like crying. I was like, oh no, I just want my baby to feed. Olivia-Grace was so easy. Why is this one so difficult? It's because I didn't have milk as well. So Elijah was getting frustrated that there's no milk there. When the milk came in, everything changed, and then they were trying to teach me how to breastfeed him, and it was just so painful. The moment I relaxed and stepped back and let him latch on by himself, it was so pain-free. So what I would like to encourage you with breastfeeding is that let the baby latch on by themselves. I'm not saying the professionals you should forget everything that they say. That would be very prideful. They usually have something good to bring to the table and some good advice. That's their job. That's not my job. They've studied breastfeeding a lot, and breastfeeding classes might be helpful for you as well. I'm not saying that I'm a pro when it comes to this. I'm just sharing what worked for me, and they're usually good at showing you how to hold your baby and all those things. I hope that this video helps somebody, even just one person. I hope you find it encouraging, and if you're watching it, you're probably pregnant or you've just had your baby, or not, you just enjoy watching these videos. Thank you so much, and congratulations to everybody who's about to have their baby, and congratulations to those who've just had their babies. It's a blessing. Enjoy those little cuddles, enjoy those little moments. Thank you for watching, and if you haven't yet subscribed, seriously, what are you doing? No, I'm joking. Please subscribe, hit the like button, the notification bell as well. Olivia-Grace has been dying to come into this video. Come and say goodbye, everybody.
Bye. Yeah. But I want to talk to.
What did you want to say?
What's your name?
You always ask that. What's your name? They're not actually talking back to us. We're just recording the video.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Have a good day.
Have a good day. Yeah, thank you.